So today I'm at the site of the ancient city of Termessus, high in the Taurus Mountains of Turkey. This place was so high and so hard to reach that Alexander the Great called it the Eagle's Nest. This was the stronghold that couldn't be penetrated. They were safe here. Nobody could get them. But then in the 5th century, an earthquake hit, and it destroyed the water system of the city, and everybody had to leave. And it was deserted and not discovered until archaeologists came nearly 1,400 years later. David reminds us in today's reading in Psalm 18 to 20 that there's only one fortress that we can trust. There's only one stronghold that will remain. He tells us in Psalm 18 verse 2 that the Lord is my rock. The Lord is my fortress. The Lord is my stronghold. The Lord is the one in whom we can take refuge. When David's enemies came against him, he said it was the Lord who delivered him. Verse 28, he lights my darkness. Verse 29, he defeats my enemies. Verse 30, he is my shield. Verse 32, he is my strength. Verse 33, he sets my feet on solid ground. He is the one who delivers me. In verse 35, he is the one who saves me. In Psalm 19, David says, all of creation knows that he's the Lord. All of creation knows who is God. He says the heavens spend all of their days declaring the greatness of God, that God is God. The Lord's word is certain, David says. His word is the only thing that can be true. His law is perfect. It restores our souls. His testimonies are sure. It can make even the most simple and uneducated person wise. He says the Lord's commandments are pure. They enlighten our eyes and they show us how to live. His precepts are right and they cause our hearts to rejoice. His judgments are true. They're righteous. They're more valuable than gold and they're sweeter than honey. And so David says, let the words of my mouth and the thoughts of my heart reflect that reality, that they would show praise for the one who alone is my rock and my redeemer. And then in Psalm 20, we have a prayer for the king of Israel as he leads God's people. But today it stands as a prayer for all of God's people, that he would empower us and protect us and enable us as we walk together in his purposes. And it's a prayer of confidence that he is the one who gives us strength, that he is the one who fulfills his purposes in our lives, that he is the one who saves. And then David, this great warrior and king, ends his psalm with a declaration of praise and trust for the real king. He says some people put their trust in chariots and in horses. In other words, in the strength of humanity, of human achievement, of man-made things. If he was standing where I was standing, he might have said, some put their trust in mountaintop fortresses. If he was sitting where you're sitting, he might say, some put their trust in wealth. Some put their trust in education or political power or popularity. He says in verse 7, but we, God's people, put our trust in the name of the Lord our God. We put our trust in a fortress that will stand forever. We put our trust in the only rock that is eternally solid. He says we will boast in the name of the Lord our God.